One party, 3 victims, one deadly mystery. Was it revenge, or a tragic mistake? As detectives chase the truth through lies, fear, and silence, one question remains: who pulled the trigger? And when the truth finally surfaces, it's more devastating than anyone imagined. This is the story of a night that never ended.
What is your emergency? We are at a party at Tidwell and someone was shooting and someone got shot.
Okay, hold on 1 second, okay? All right.
Yeah.
And you're at the Tidwell, are you with the patient now that was shot?
Yes.
All right. Where were they shot at?
I don't know. They were one of my friends.
Okay, do you know who shot them?
No.
Okay. I've got people on the way, okay?
A call for service comes out saying there's an active shooter. So we knew that this was a warehouse concert event. And as an officer, we know our job is to get there and help isolate the threat.
Actor, RP's advising shooting is still occurring. Shooting is still occurring.
10-4.
En route to the location, my body camera activates automatically because there's an emergency happening.
24, I'm on scene.
24 receiving.
Anytime you hear there is a threat, there's a firearm, there's a weapon, it is normal for your brain to go, this is dangerous. This could harm you. I'm a father. I'm married. I have a family. But the sheriff's office is expected to protect the citizens of Smith County.
Right now, officer just showed up.
Where's he
Somebody
at?
just got shot down
Where's
here.
he at? Who's
They're
the
right
shooter?
at the warehouse.
Where's the shooter?
There's a guy in a white shirt with a gun. There's
already gone?
officers here now.
Okay, all right.
So there's officers here now.
24, getting reports that the gunman has already left the scene. I'm gonna go ahead and double check. I'm already parked out here on the loop extension at the entrance of Tidwell. Several subjects are leaving at a high rate of speed. Might want to pick it up, guys. Nobody knows at this time who the suspect is. You guys okay?
Yeah, somebody up there that's bleeding. He's bleeding out. Hey, sir, he got shot. He's bleeding.
We got one victim according to witnesses. Is the shooter still up there?
Go.
Shooter?
As deputies approached the scene, they observed people running from the location as if their life depended on it. You don't know if one of those even could be the shooter, or if there's multiple shooters, but you still have to get in there.
Put him down. Let me see him. Where'd he get hit?
I'll put a bandana right there.
Okay, all right. I got an ambulance coming. Shooter, where's he at?
I don't know.
Bro.
Nobody knows who the shooter is?
No, we don't know.
So you don't know he left?
There's somebody go ahead into the
All right,
hospital
put it
right
down.
now.
Put it down.
Ow!
Chill. Stop.
Here, bro.
Is it really blood back there, bro? Hey, don't worry about this.
Terrell, don't worry about it, bro.
24, I got one victim shot in the leg.
The victim was identified as Kentrell. We want to save this man's life. But you have a femoral artery inside your thigh, and it can be 20 to 30 seconds. You can bleed out of your body. You only have seconds to go depending on if it's a deep wound.
Come on. It's okay.
You want me to untie the bandana or no?
Give me favor. Hold on.
Yes, sir.
We got him. Yeah.
The deputy takes his tourniquet and applies it to the leg.
Open your leg just a little bit.
Open your leg. Come on. Come on. It's okay.
Big one that got shot.
Come on.
I don't think he breathing.
Hey, look at me.
He laying right there by that fish.
Crazy.
That's one of our niggas.
You're gonna be jigging just.
All right, this might be a little tight, all right? It's gonna be a little tight.
It's okay.
The tourniquet is then slid in and around the thigh and applying pressure and strapping it down. We then wind it up and tighten it.
We gotta do that. We gotta do that.
We brought that nigga out here.
We gotta do that. I'm so sorry. We gotta do that.
All right, it's gonna be a little tight.
I'm so sorry. You're such a great person. Like, I'm so sorry.
I come back and party in this.
24, just for information, tourniquet's been put on.
Everything tourniquet applied.
And then we can tell the blood flow is stopped and we leave it there until medical personnel take it off.
Sir, did you check on the person inside?
I'm gonna be with you the whole way.
Is there
bro.
somebody
I swear to
inside?
God, I'm gonna be right.
There's someone right there.
They said they transported another person.
He's laying right there.
There should
Not
be
breathing.
somebody inside.
Is there somebody else inside, sir?
Yes, sir.
Then deputies received the information that there was another gunshot victim at the location. Just more and more chaos.
Were you in that or outside
24, we got a second victim possible. Speed it up.
Another victim.
They found the next gunshot victim shirtless at the entrance of the club.
Can you help him?
Where'd he get hit?
He got look at his mouth. I think
Where'd
he
he
got
get
hit in
hit?
his mouth. I think he got hit in his mouth. That's why I'm trying to make sure my cousin good.
Temple, we got 2 victims. One shot in the leg, the other one, I don't know where he's hit. He's unresponsive at this time.
EMS is on scene. They're coming.
Who did this? Does anybody know who did this? Nobody?
No.
They're providing the CPR, and it's terrible. They see a small amount of blood coming out of his mouth. They see him proned out on the ground, and he's not responding to anyone talking to him.
Where's my victim? Up the top to the right.
We get medical up there. That's when we realize that he has an actual gunshot wound to his back. This is not something we're unaccustomed to, but it's something that no one wants to deal with as a human being.
What's his name?
It's Keontae there.
K-E-Y?
U-N-D-T.
U-N-D-T-A.
We learned the identity of the unresponsive victim as Keontae Barrett. He was transported to the hospital.
Keontae was a real good kid. He was lovable. He was happy. He got along with his brothers and sisters. He cared for all of them. And he was showing them the way that it's supposed to be. The moment I found out about Keontae getting shot, his brother had called me. I said, Daddy, they just called me and told me Keontae got shot. I was in disbelief.
They said, hurry up and get to the hospital because Keontae's been shot. Why my son? Why my son? I didn't understand. Keontae was a good person. I was asking God, why?
But we need to make sure we get our scene integrity going up, so we move everybody out here for just for a moment. All right.
Once we have the medically injured taken care of, we do a safety sweep of the area. We want to make sure that we don't have a shooter here anymore. We don't have an active threat.
Where were they shot, in the leg or the back? Or you remember where they're?
Two was shot in the leg. One is headed to the hospital right now, and one shot in the side. I don't know.
You didn't see anything happen?
No, sir.
The shooter has left. Information was passed that another gunshot victim, Ira, had already been transported to the hospital.
When I arrive on scene, I do take control of the scene, being the lead detective. Every decision from there on out goes through me. At that point, we had 3 victims at the hospital that had been shot.
That's where our first victim was sitting. The first one got transported by POV.
Okay.
That wooden fence, that's where the
There's
second
some,
victim was.
EMS trash where he was laying.
First thing I want to do is talk to my deputies to see what they've gathered so far.
Shooting happened inside, correct?
Yes. You're gonna walk in, there's a stage right in the middle. On the left-hand side is where the casings are.
So let's go check that out.
My deputies led me to believe that the shooting actually occurred inside the building. So of course, we were brought to inside the warehouse. Inside the warehouse, just chaotic scene. But one thing I was able to notice right away were casings. I could actually observe them on the concrete floor.
There's clothing items all over the place. Chairs torn down. We can see blood spatter on ground, on some objects.
You can tell that from the knocked over tables, the trash, cups everywhere, just chaos. My crime scene technician was able to show me evidence of bullet holes in the ceiling. We found out that a flyer went out for the rap group, the Head Honchos. They were inviting people to come party with them at Tidwell that night, and that's why everyone was there that night. From the evidence so far, we still had a lot of unanswered questions. We needed more to move forward with our investigation. I did have deputies go talk to witnesses that were still located on scene and bring those statements back to me.
And as soon as it happened, everyone got down and dived off of the stage.
Shots started going off probably like 15 seconds after the fight started.
What we need to know is who was here, why were you here, what was going on, what did you see?
Did you see anything?
I was the DJ.
Okay.
I was on stage. I was DJing. and I started seeing the scuffle. So naturally, I turned the music off, and when I turned off the music, next thing I knew, I just heard the shots, and we all just got down. And when I got up, my friend Trell was hit, and my friend Junior was hit. And when I went outside, my friend was laying on the ground.
Colin did mention that this all started over an initial physical altercation on the stage during the concert that night.
Did you see anybody that was doing the shooting?
No, one of them.
What's his name?
PJ.
PJ? So PJ is one of the people involved in.
Yeah, that's what I only know his alias is PJ.
Who is PJ, and is he my potential shooter? We need to find out everything we can about him because he is still a potential threat. We still don't know exactly what happened, and it was still a mystery for us. Our deputies were continuing to get witness statements throughout the night. Receiving the name PJ, the first thing I start thinking is, was this an intentional shooting? There are so many questions and scenarios that go through my head now. We need to find out if that's even his real name.
Is it nickname just PJ, or is that short for something? Those who
it might be short for something. It might be. We just know about PJ.
White, black, Hispanic?
He's black.
Anybody know where PJ lives?
The apartment complex in Tyler, that's all I can tell you. He lives there with his mom.
Okay, so PJ lives with his mom.
Through our law enforcement resources and our research, we were able to locate PJ's address. We wanted to get our deputies and detectives over there as soon as possible so we could pick him up and bring him in for questioning.
Located PJ and we interviewed him.
Do you would like to go by your last name for
PJ.
PJ, is that okay? Okay. Detective Smith, how are you? Huh?
We've been at this all
Right, yeah, I was gonna say, we've been at this all day. So we kind of, and plus,
your name
we get told
all day. Good or bad? It ain't good.
PJ was a young man looking to make a name for himself. He tells me that he go where he want to go, he wear what he want to wear, he do what he want to do.
Do me a favor, start to finish, tell me from the minute you got there to the minute you left, what is going on?
PJ was there that night at the concert for the rap group, the Head Honchos. PJ let us know that he's had beef with the Head Honchos for a long time. During one of the Head Honchos songs, they started singing, which was called Red Rum. And of course, Red Rum means murder, if you twisted the words around. He got very offended by it. Tells us he's more of a physical fighter and does not carry a gun.
People texting me, PJ, was you shooting at the party? Was you shooting at the party? Was you shooting at the party? I know you don't mess with guns. I don't mess with guns. What the I mean, what in the world do I look like messing with a gun? I'm on probation, get caught with one, I'm gone. I don't want to spend no time in jail. I don't have any intentions. I don't feel the need to take nobody off this earth unless they threaten me. What I mean by threatening is in a kill to be killed situation.
After our interview with PJ, it was determined that we didn't have any evidence at that time. We had nothing to hold him on.
I'm more scared of the police than I'm scared of any another African American.
We did eventually let him go and leave the sheriff's office. We were, of course, looking for all types of leads, so I sent my fellow detectives to the hospital so they could talk to the victims to see if they could relay any new evidence to see who had shot them. So one of the victims my detective spoke to at the hospital was Cantrell. Cantrell actually was shot in the leg while on scene.
We're trying to figure out if there was a beef with somebody, if there was somebody pissed off at you or him. If you guys were up there rapping, was it a rap battle? Talking crap about somebody?
We was just trying to get people off the stage that didn't belong. And dude, I was just going on, and then he started throwing his hand, and everybody else started fighting. I fell.
Do you know who that dude was?
Cantrell just gave me a very vague statement that he was at the club. He heard people fighting, and then he was shot. Cantrell just didn't really give any indication that he knew who the shooter was. There was a lot of things that weren't answered that I needed answers to. So after speaking to Cantrell, we located another victim that had also been shot in the leg. Ira, who was in another part of the hospital,
Feeling bad when you got hit and feel it from the back?
No, with the, I had got punched in the eye first. Like, somebody hit me in the eye, and then it was like maybe 3 seconds later, it was pow, pow. And then, I didn't feel the gunshot at first, but then, like, I slowly started falling down, and I was like, yeah, I got shot.
Ira stated that there was a fight that had broken out, and he ended up getting shot in the leg. Ira also said he didn't see who shot the gun.
We asked him if he could identify anybody on that stage that was included in the fight, and the name he gave us was Trayvon Maddox, but that was his own friend, and he had no thought in the world that his own friend would shoot him. However, Trayvon Maddox needs to be located, because now I'm interested in what Trey has to say and what he observed that night.
The atmosphere that night in the hospital lobby, it was what you would expect, with a lot of concerned people looking for information on their family member or their friend.
We also noticed the other victims, Keontae's parents, were there, sitting in a consulting room to where they were alone, away from everyone. Detective Loftus and I began speaking to the parents. All right, Ron, your son. What's your son's name?
Keontae. K-E-Y-U-N-E-T-A. Barrett. He got a tattoo on his arm.
A red, on a blue rose with Susan.
Susan on
And some other tattoos. Yeah.
Yeah, on his shoulder. I forgot what that was.
He was brought in. It was too much damage.
He didn't make it?
We had to notify them of what had happened. Keontae had passed, and we knew at that point we were working a homicide investigation. And the totality and everything kind of got a lot more intense at that point.
And I was asking God, like, what did I do? What did I do wrong for you to punish me? Because you took my son from me. I died when Keontae died.
The father was extremely distraught. He actually knocked me against the wall, getting out the door, and the whole room went dark because he knocked me up against the light switch. After I notified the parents, they left the room and notified everybody that was outside that were also waiting for information. The whole ER erupted. They were distraught. They were upset. They were sad, and it was just chaos.
There were pictures coming off the wall. Tyler PD officers were struggling to keep people at bay, to keep them from tearing the room up. There was a ton of emotion in that room.
Everybody, come on. Come on. If you need help, I know that. But everybody's crowding around, not helping.
The very next thing we needed to do was get back control of that situation and get everybody out.
It was a tense situation. It was a bomb ready to go off. We were no longer working just a shooting. We were working a murder. Emotions were high. Names were being thrown out. Blame was being thrown out, which caused people to actually start fighting each other because of who they were accusing or who they were protecting. One of the names that was being thrown out was Trayvon Maddox. We needed to turn our attention to Trayvon and get him in for an interview. During our research on information on Trayvon Maddox, it was brought to our attention that he had a previous arrest for unlawful carry of a weapon. This definitely tells us that Trayvon could possibly be armed with a handgun, and he possibly is our shooter. Through our law enforcement resources, we were able to produce an address for Trayvon.
So the next morning, myself, Detective Smith, Detective McClanahan all went to Trayvon's apartment to make contact with him.
Hey, Trey, how are you? Good morning. Hey, so of course, you know why we're here, right? But what happened last night? Yeah, because I know you were one of the individuals there, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Trayvon tells me right away, I was expecting you guys to come to my house. He appeared to be calm, cooperative, wasn't really worried that we were there.
Did you ever go to the hospital?
I couldn't go to the hospital because they thought I did it. They thought like I shot him, like literally. They thought
Who said that?
Everybody, like all them, his family, like because they were trying to fight with my friend, right?
Mm-hmm.
He said that he knew that a lot of people were so-called trash talking him, calling him the shooter, saying that he's the one that shot Keontae and being blamed for it. So I continued to press Trayvon on what happened at the club.
People came on stage and they hit my homeboy Trail. So when they hit him, gunshots went off.
Mm-hmm.
And when the gunshots went off, I heard 2 gunshots, right? I heard 2 gunshots. He got hit in the leg. He said, "Oh, I'm shot." So I grabbed his gun. I shot in the air. There's a bullet hole in the, you can go look at Tidwell. There is a bullet hole in the air where I shot right in the air. And then 3 more shots went off at us on stage.
When Trayvon mentioned that he grabbed a gun from Contrell's waist, this is the first time I've heard that Contrell had a gun on him. Now, according to Trayvon, he said he wanted to fire Contrell's gun, fire it in the air because he wanted people to scatter and run away. He actually told us to go check the ceiling at Tidwell, which we already knew there was holes in the ceiling. So this was something that supported his story. But was it the initial first shot? It's still unknown at this point, but it's important that we find out.
Where's the gun at?
He said, "Where is the gun?" The gun is in my car. Like, I didn't drive my car here because I was drunk. So it was at Tidwell. I gave my keys back to my homeboy.
It was still hard to believe that he didn't know where this gun was. It was definitely suspicious, so we needed to bring him down to our office for more questioning.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, this way.
When we arrived to our office with Trayvon, of course, we walk him in and we sit him in one of our interview rooms. We know he had more to give. We know he knows more than actually what he told us. And we're hoping to go in there and get that information from him.
From the beginning and as best as you can, everything you can remember, okay?
So we was all on stage and like we're performing and there's a group that don't like us. And one of them got mad when he got on stage and pushed my homeboy and then he hit him. And when he hit him, I heard a shot, like somebody shot. And my homeboy looked at me, he said, "I got shot." And then I grabbed my homeboy gun and I shot in the air to make everybody leave. And that's when I heard 3 more shots in the crowd. And then everybody like ran like after them 3 shots. And then there was this big dude, the G dude, he was outside with a gun.
He initially stuck with his story. But during further questioning, he finally revealed to us a name of an individual that he saw outside of the club with a gun in his hand and gave us the name G, which stood for Giavari. It could be the fact that he's just trying to get all this off of him and steer us in a different direction, but it's still a lead we need to follow up with because Giavari could have been the possible shooter too of Keontae. Trayvon admitted to shooting a gun in a place that was full with innocent bystanders, a very crowded place. So we made the decision to go forward and arrest him for deadly conduct, which is a felony charge. He was taken to our Smith County Jail. We still had unanswered questions, especially with the gun that Trayvon used. Where it was, you know, we had no idea at that point, and this was something that was very important to this case because, again, in back of my mind, he still could be responsible for Keontae's death. But it is extremely important to find the gun that Trayvon used because that's something that we can do ballistic analysis on to prove if he was responsible for Keontae's death or he just shot up in the ceiling.
Trayvon being charged and arrested at the time gave us a little time to conduct more investigations to find out what actually is true about what he told us.
Due to Trayvon mentioning Giavari to us, especially with a gun in his hand, he's now become someone of interest to us in this case. During our initial research with Giavari, he had no criminal history, he had no connection to any of our victims, but we need to follow up any lead that leads us to anyone who could be responsible for Keontae's death. So we start watching him during surveillance. Then I received word from my narcotics detectives and fellow deputies they saw Giavari get in his car. and followed him. We had the radio on and we were listening. He could be armed and dangerous.
Hey, felony stop, guys. Felony stop.
57, he's putting over just by the 12 Oaks Motel.
It's a high-risk traffic stop where officers, when they initially get out, they don't approach the vehicle. They actually will have weapons drawn and they will call out the suspect out of their vehicle and have them walk back to them because, again, he could be potentially armed.
Driver, roll down your window. Turn off your engine. Take your keys out of the ignition. Go ahead, throw your keys out.
Knowing a suspect might be armed, you have to be ready for any and everything, especially when you're investigating the shooting. And he could be one of the shooters. I've been in law enforcement 20 years. I don't know if I've ever done a simple traffic stop and not been nervous.
Open the door from the outside. Go ahead and step out. Keep your hands visible. Keep your hands up. Step out. Just step out. Keep your hands up. Turn away from me. Back up slowly.
During the felony traffic stop, deputies were able to call out the individual driving the car back to them and properly detain him. They were able to identify the individual as being Giovanni.
Hey, go back. What's going on? Tell them if they need to get their gun, use the key to open the trunk. Use the key to open the trunk? It's in the trunk? Yeah. Hey, say you need a key to open up the trunk. That's where the pistol's at.
During Giovanni's felony traffic stop, officers located a handgun in the trunk of his vehicle. Finding a firearm in Giovanni's vehicle was very important, especially if this could be the potential murder weapon of Keontae.
Do you mind passing that seat? Yeah.
Once they had Giovanni detained and in custody, they did bring him down to the sheriff's office for an interview. He was willing to talk to us. You start and you
All right, so boom. I probably wasn't even there for like 15 minutes. So I get there, whatever. I can tell there's a lot of tension going on from some guys that's on the dance floor, some guys that's on the stage. And they start fighting on stage, probably 10, 15 seconds. That's when you hear the first shot. And then after the first one, like two more went out. They were like back to back. They were like, so everybody trying to get out the door or whatever. I went and got my gun. I grabbed my gun from the car. I didn't have my gun in front. I grabbed my gun from the car.
Giovanni stated that he actually retrieved his gun from his car, but it was after the shots had been fired already and people were running out of the building. Giovanni tells us that he went to grab his gun and it was for his protection.
Giovanni admitted to getting his firearm from his vehicle, but he also stated that he didn't shoot it. I was skeptical to anything Giovanni was saying.
I mean, and I know like a couple of people seen me with my gun, but I'm saying I ain't shoot nobody. You can check the ballistics or whatever you need to do. I'm just trying to, clear my name.
He was very adamant on clearing his name and wanting us to know and believe that he had no involvement in the death of Keontae Barrett. He shared a lot of information with us and was very forthcoming. But Giovanni was arrested on unrelated charges for marijuana. We still need to take that weapon and still have it analyzed, see if it is ruled out or potentially the murder weapon as we continue to investigate. A rumor was brought to our attention that a man named Nathan Austin was in possible possession of the gun that Trayvon used.
With that information, a team of investigators went to locate Nathan and found Nathan at a pond.
When detectives approach Nathan in the pond, the first thing he says to them is, I'm looking for the gun that Trayvon used. Nathan does tell detectives he is responsible for throwing the gun in the ponds. So with this new information, we brought Nathan to our office for further questioning.
This is Detective Teresa.
Hi, Nathan.
Yeah. She's gonna be with me. I'm gonna turn my phone on silent, okay? So she shows up and she's like, I've got this, Trey gave me this gun.
She wanted to throw it in Lake Tyler.
Okay.
I was just like, that's dumb.
Nathan did admit to us that he was there at Tidwell after they went to the hospital. While he was at the hospital, he was actually approached by a girl there who said that she was at the concert that night and that she had possession of Trayvon's gun.
I was like, just come out to my land and put it in my lake. So then you don't get seen on the side of the road. She just kept freaking out, and said she wanted to get rid of it. And I was like, fine, just give it to me and I'll do it.
So she took the gun out of the trunk and handed it to you?
Yeah, she followed me down to the lake. And then I threw it in the lake.
At this point, since we don't know the actual identification of the actual shooter, Nathan is now a suspect as well. Everybody's a suspect until the actual shooter is identified.
During my interview with Nathan, he allowed us to search his cell phone, which provided us messages between him and Trayvon. Trayvon wanted Nathan to recover the gun from the pond because he believed this would clear his name. It was very important for us to recover this weapon, this gun that was now in this pond. It's a big piece of evidence because any gun recovered in this case is a potential murder weapon, the weapon that killed Keontae Barrett.
Main priority is locating the gun, so the team was able to locate the gun in the pond.
We have Trayvon's gun and Giovari's gun sent off for testing to see if one of those matches the bullet that took Keontae's life. Eventually, we did get the results back.
In the investigation, we located and tested Giovari's gun, and we also tested the gun located in the pond that was used by Trayvon and discarded by Nathan. One of the guns resulted in being a match for the gun used to kill Keontae.
When I did receive the results of the ballistic testing proving which gun shot and killed Keontae, I decided to go to the Smith County Jail where Trayvon was still being held on the deadly conduct charge and actually give him the news of my findings.
We do have to tell you something.
What is that?
And it's not good news.
What is that?
Okay, we dragged the palm, we got the gun back, and it was where they were at. Okay, there was no magazine. But we do know for a fact, from evidence, they were shot more than once. Barrett, Keontae?
Keontae?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was murdered by that gun.
How was he murdered by that gun? How was he shot by that gun if I did not shoot him with that gun? How was he murdered by that gun?
Ballistic analysis came back and showed that Trayvon's gun matched the bullet that killed Keontae Barrett.
The bullet that killed Barrett came from the gun that was in your hand.
How does it, how?
Because
Please tell me how.
okay, forensic science, okay? They did all the testing. The gun was shot more than once. There was a witness who said that you did a double tap. You may have not realized it.
I did not shoot that boy. That was my friend.
I know.
He kept on repeating that he shot up in the ceiling. He also would say maybe it was a ricochet, maybe the bullet bounced, but again, I told Trayvon that even if it was a ricochet, the science behind it and all the evidence, even if with a ricochet, you're responsible for that bullet. You knowingly pulled the trigger and you're responsible for wherever that bullet goes.
He was in disbelief. He still did not believe that he killed Keontae.
Why would I shoot him?
Honestly, I believe it was an accident. I do believe it was an accident.
I did not shoot him.
I mean, he had took a life. He should have been, in my eyes, remorseful, apologizing. I can understand being in disbelief, but it didn't seem like there was too much remorse there. Keontae was dead. His family is grieving. He knew Keontae. As a result of the investigation, Trayvon pled to the charge of manslaughter and was sentenced to 10 years.
There was no time that I thought Nathan Austin was responsible for the death of Keontae Barrett. There was nothing pointing towards him being involved. It's still unknown if there's more than one shooter. And till this day, we still have not been able to identify who else shot that night. But we know Trayvon Maddox shot Keontae.
I don't believe Trayvon did it intentionally. I believe it was an accident. But you have to question when he said he shot it in the air, what exactly does that mean? There's no way to tell, and somebody died from it. It was a relief to be able to let the parents know that we had found the person responsible for killing Keontae.
And when I first heard that they had arrested somebody and who it was, I mean, I knew this kid, and I knew this kid's parents. And had that kid would have came to me and told me that it was an accident, that he accidentally did that, then I could have forgiven him for that. But due to the fact that he tried to hide it and cover it up and act like he didn't do it and didn't show no remorse when we was in the courtroom, nah, I don't accept the type of sentencing that they gave him.
My life is still in 2019. The day my baby died, that's the day I stopped living. I really haven't processed it. I know he's not coming back, and I know Keontae would want me to go on, but it feel like I'm stuck in 2019. When my son died, I died.
After Keontae passed, his brothers and sisters, we had these made for him. It's a keepsake for Keontae to always remember him by. On the back, it's got a saying on it. You'll always be near to our hearts. This is my memory of him. I mean, it's just, you know, it's bittersweet. He was a good kid, taken too soon.
The court finds that though intent may not have been murder, responsibility cannot be denied. A life was taken, a family shattered, and consequences must follow the trigger pulled. This was not just an accident. It was a failure to value life in a moment of anger and fear. Guilty of manslaughter. Justice, though imperfect, now speaks for the voice that was lost.